When a man hears that a woman has cheated on her husband, the first question that often comes to mind is, what did the other man have that I didn't? The answer suggested by psychology and relationship research may be surprising. In many cases, the affair partner is not necessarily more handsome, more successful, or wealthier than the husband. Instead, research suggests that when some women become involved in an extramarital relationship, they are not always searching for a better man. They may be searching for feelings they believe are missing in their current relationship. None of this justifies infidelity in any way. Cheating remains a personal choice, and the person who commits it is responsible for that decision. However, understanding the psychological motivations behind infidelity can help explain why some people seek emotional fulfillment outside a relationship instead of trying to repair it or end it honestly. Based on psychological studies and relationship research, 3 qualities often appear in the person a dissatisfied woman becomes emotionally attracted to. 1. He gives her intense attention that makes her feel special. At the beginning of almost every relationship, both partners naturally pay close attention to each other. They ask about each other's day, remember small details, listen carefully, and make one another feel important. But after years of marriage, that level of attention often declines as work, children, financial pressures, and everyday responsibilities take priority. At that point, someone new may enter her life and offer what psychologists sometimes describe as intense attention. He sends frequent messages. He remembers little details. He compliments her. He makes her feel noticed, appreciated, and desirable. From a psychological perspective, every human being has a fundamental need to feel seen and valued. When those emotional needs remain unmet for a long time, a person may become more receptive to anyone who provides that sense of appreciation. However, it's important to recognize that this intense attention often belongs to the excitement of a new connection and is not necessarily a permanent personality trait of the affair partner. 2. He listens more than he talks. Research on marital communication shows that many women say their husbands hear their words, but no longer truly listen to their feelings. Then someone else comes along who gives her space to speak. He listens without interrupting. He responds to her emotions. He makes her feel understood rather than dismissed. It's not necessarily because he offers better advice or better solutions. It's because he gives her the feeling that her voice matters. Psychologists have long observed that emotional bonds often grow with people who make us feel emotionally safe enough to express our thoughts and emotions openly. This can make the affair partner seem emotionally closer, not because he is objectively better than the husband, but because, at that particular stage, he is directing almost all of his attention toward her. 3. He makes her feel desired again. As the years pass, many marriages naturally become focused on routines, responsibilities, and everyday life. Compliments become less frequent. Admiration is expressed less often. Conversations revolve around schedules, bills, and obligations instead of affection. An affair partner, on the other hand, usually presents the very best version of himself. He notices small changes in her appearance. He offers compliments generously. He makes her feel attractive, admired, and appreciated. Psychologists point out that the desire to feel appreciated is not a sign of weakness. It's a normal human need shared by both men and women. When someone goes a long time without feeling valued in their relationship, they may become more emotionally affected by anyone who restores that feeling. Still, it's important to remember that this image is often idealized and temporary. Secret relationships rarely face the daily responsibilities, conflicts, financial pressures, and parenting challenges that marriages must navigate. Why does the affair partner seem better than the husband? Psychologists offer an important explanation. The comparison is usually unfair. A husband shares everyday life with his wife. He experiences the stress of work, paying bills, raising children, solving problems, and managing responsibilities together. The affair partner usually appears only during enjoyable moments. He chooses his best words. He presents his most attractive qualities. He doesn't carry the same daily burdens. For this reason, many relationships that begin through infidelity lose much of their excitement once they become official relationships, because the idealized image gradually gives way to everyday reality. Does the absence of these qualities make infidelity inevitable? Absolutely not. Many women experience emotional neglect, communication problems, or dissatisfaction in their marriages and never consider being unfaithful. Instead, they choose honest conversations, counseling, professional support, or, if necessary, ending the relationship respectfully. Infidelity is not an automatic consequence of marital problems. It remains a personal decision for which the individual is fully responsible. At the same time, relationship research consistently shows that marriages with poor communication, low appreciation, and declining emotional intimacy are generally more vulnerable to serious difficulties if those issues remain unresolved. Final thoughts. Very often, the attraction of an affair partner isn't that he is objectively better than the husband. Rather, he temporarily provides emotional experiences the woman feels she has been missing, such as attention, emotional validation, appreciation, and feeling desired. This does not excuse infidelity, nor does it place all responsibility on the husband. Instead, it highlights an important truth. Healthy relationships require continuous emotional care just as much as they require financial stability. Love rarely disappears because of a lack of beauty or money. More often, it begins to fade when one partner no longer makes the other feel important, heard, appreciated, and loved. Now I'd like to hear your opinion in the comments. Do you think infidelity is usually the result of unmet needs within a relationship, or is it primarily a reflection of the character of the person who chooses to cheat? Share your thoughts below.